Welcome to using Interfolio as a committee member. This is the Interfolio training for committee members at Northern Illinois University for the 2005-2006 review cycle. Our training objectives today are to, number one, understand your role and responsibilities as a committee member. 2, navigate Interfolio to review assigned cases. 3, apply best practices for confidentiality and ethical review. And 4, to know where to go for support and resources. So a little bit about Interfolio. Interfolio is a flexible, committee-friendly online system for conducting academic professional reviews in a shared governance context. And we at NIU have begun a phased implementation of the Interfolio RPT system, which stands for Review, Promotion, and Tenure. We're phasing in the implementation of the Interfolio RPT system for the 2025 to 2026 cycle. And anyone who is participating in that review process this year will have access to and be utilizing Interfolio. So your role as a committee member is multifaceted. First of all, you're responsible to review candidate materials, and the Interfolio system is where you will do that. Secondly, you'll be participating in committee deliberations. This is no different than our past institutional practices, but that is one of your responsibilities. You'll also cast a vote as a committee member, and typically you do that in person as part of the committee. The Interfolio system is a means by which we can capture those votes, and there are forms for the committee chairs to record those vote tallies. Your role is to also maintain confidentiality throughout the process, as well as declare conflicts of interest, if you have any, for any of the cases that you are a part of reviewing. Our NIU promotion and tenure process is rather involved and has multiple levels, beginning at the department level. That includes the chair or director, then the college, the dean, the faculty senate personnel committee, as well as provost, and ultimately the board of trustees. And it's really important that you are timely and accurate in your contribution to that review process. The Interfolio system will help us to maintain timely and have an accurate process moving forward. So the case review steps, these are the steps that, and you see them listed here on the screen, that we've always had in our tenure and review process, and the Interfolio system will help us to kind of streamline and be efficient in proceeding through the process. So beginning this year with an administrative review, the first step in the process is that the faculty candidate submits their completed tenure and promotion packet, also called their case. That's the beginning of the case. At a department review stage is when the department chair, if they are seeking external review letters, this happens at that stage, and that can be done through the Interfolio system. The department also submits a candidate cover sheet, which is kind of some basic demographics and kind of overall information about the candidate. Then as the department personnel committee engages in their work, the DPC will have, they will be voting, and at one point the vote tally needs to be entered into the system. There's a vote tally form that the chair of the DPC will complete, as well as a DPC overall recommendation form. We're not going to get into those form submissions in this training. More to come on that in a future training for those serving in a chair capacity. Then proceeding on to the chair or director review level. This is where the department level notification to the candidate is uploaded by the chair. The chair or director also completes the chair director form. Formerly, this was referred to as the Part 2 form. This gets completed at this stage, and then the chair or director also votes to either recommend or not the candidate at that point. Then moving to the college council review level, the college council meets, does their work, and the chair of the college council completes the college council vote tally form to record the college council recommendation in the system. The then college level notification to the candidate is uploaded in the dean review stage, as is the dean memo to the provost and the dean vote form. Next, the Faculty Senate Personnel Committee reviews the case. The FSPC summary form is completed by the chair of the FSPC, which is the Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs. And then finally, at the Provost review level, the highest level, the university level notification to the candidate is uploaded, as well as the Provost summary form. So this is the general case review process and steps. One caveat: University Libraries has a slightly different and modified view, with the department and college review pieces kind of happening simultaneously. But at this website address listed, niu.edu/interfolio/additional-resources/case-review-steps.html. At that page, you can find more details about this review step process and these steps. So how do you log into Interfolio? There's two options that you have. The first is to go to interfolio.com, and looking at there's a horizontal navigation bar at the top. You'll see a link to log in. So clicking that login link will take you to a page that will have a button that says sign in with with partner institution. So you click on that button to sign in with partner institution, and then there will be a search box where you can search for Northern Illinois University in the dropdown. You'll then be prompted to enter your NIU credentials and then follow the prompts to authenticate. This is no different than authenticating, logging into Microsoft 365 or any of our other institutional platforms where you use your NIU account ID. This will then take you to your Interfolio dashboard. And it's important to note that you must log in using your NIU account ID and password. If you had a previous account with Interfolio, either at another institution or as an external reviewer, do not use that login. Now, there is a second option to log into Interfolio. It's slightly quicker. You can go to our Interfolio at NIU website, which is niu.edu/interfolio. There is a big login to Interfolio button that is prominently displayed in the right column. You can then click that button. That'll take you directly to that search field for Northern Illinois University. You can find NIU there, enter your NIU credentials, and then you will arrive at your Interfolio dashboard. So either option will get you into the system. And when it's time for you to log into the system, you should be receiving an email. It's going to look something like this. It'll be branded NIU, and it'll be giving you a prompt that the case for the particular candidate is ready for you to review. There will be a review candidate link in that email that will take you directly into the system to that specific candidate. You'll still have to log in, but it will at least be a shortcut to get you where you need to be. So how do you access these assigned cases? If you are needing to review multiple cases, you'll get multiple emails. But you can get to all of the cases in one location. You simply log into Interfolio, and within your dashboard, if you look under My Tasks, you'll see a list of the candidate names, and then you can just click on one of their names to open their case. They're also displayed, as you can see here, within a Cases window. And then once you've accessed a case, then you are set to review the case materials. And to do so, you navigate to the Case Materials tab. You'll see that the case is organized by sections, like teaching and research and service. You can search or filter to find documents within this view. You can also click the Read Case button to open the entire case within Interfolio as a kind of a large single document that you can then navigate through. You can also use private notes for personal reference. These are visible only to you, and we're going to show you what those look like in just a moment, how you access them, how you add them to the case. So here you can see how we can read the case. So we're going to click this Read Case button that you'll see when you access the case, and it will open up the case in a new window, and it'll have this table of contents navigation to the left. To the right, you'll see the document. The first document in the case you can scroll through. You can click the Next Material link at the bottom to move to the next document or a form submission. You can advance forward or backward to individual pages within that piece of content, that document. You can use that navigation on the left. You can see how you can expand and collapse the sections, and you can skip directly to a particular document within the packet. So skipping to service or research, here you can see we've skipped to the service narrative. Here you can see some of those different sections within the packet. And so just clicking, you can expand to get to all of the contents within a section, and there you can access the document. This is particularly helpful. Many of our cases have many hundreds of pages, and so this is where how you can easily navigate, skip to a particular section. You'll see most packets are organized with these same sections. These are the kind of the prominent sections that you'll expect to find when you are reviewing a case. Let's talk about adding private notes. So within when you're reviewing a case and you are reading any PDF, in essence, all of these documents are PDFs, you can click on the document and you can choose to add an annotation or a note. So clicking the little icon at the bottom with the pencil, this is an example of adding a point note. So you can point to a place on a page, and then you can type in a text-based comment. So here you can see we're typing a comment about summary of accomplishments to the summary of accomplishments document. Now we're going to skip to another section. We're going to go down to our excellence in course instruction, our teaching narrative portion. We're going to add another comment, and instead we're going to add an area comment. So you can select around any portion of a document. So here we've selected some white space, but this could be a figure, it could be a paragraph of text, and then similarly you can type in a sample comment within an area of a document. So that's the second type of comment. The third type of comment is one where you might want to highlight some text. So here I've just got another document pulled up, and the third type of comment is a highlight. So we can select some text. You notice that it's highlighted, and then there's a prompt and a space where I can type in a sample annotation with highlighted text. And these are automatically saved. So after having done so, now I can go to the annotations tab and I can get back to those annotations very quickly and easily. I can click directly to one to drill down. I can see what that text is that I typed. These are also searchable. You can see the search bar, and you can actually export them as well if you need to have a copy of just your annotations outside the system. So it's really handy and helpful to be able to have those annotations in line with the case. Again, only you can access these as the committee member, and so in doing so, you're able to have access to all of your comments as you are deliberating with the personnel committee. So just remember the importance of confidentiality and ethics in your review responsibilities. Please keep all materials within Interfolio. The system is configured so that you're not able to download the candidate materials. That's for privacy and confidentiality reasons, but you can access them within the system. Please don't share, print, or download unless you're authorized to do so. Again, report conflicts of interest immediately. If you do have a conflict of interest, report them to your department chair or the college. You can be recused from a particular case, and so you're not able to view or participate in the review process. And as always, respect the integrity of the process. Committee deliberations are a really important part of the process, and certainly will continue as we implement Interfolio. The Department Personnel Committee typically meets to discuss cases, and that format is always determined by the department. Interfolio does not replace deliberation. It simply supports it. We've done our best to try to align the implementation with current department and college practices and policies. So certainly ensure that your comments and your evaluations, that those align with the relevant NIU promotion and tenure guidelines. And if you have questions about those, you can check with your department chair, with the Office of the Provost. We'll be happy to answer questions that you might have. There's some great supports and resources as you get started with your work as a committee member. If you need technical help, if you're having issues logging in or with other technical aspects of the system, you can contact Interfolio Scholar Services toll free at 833-844-2818, or you can email interfolio-support@elsevier.com. You can also, if you have need procedural help, you have questions about process, reach out to your department chair or the office of the provost. And we have some great resources for you for on-demand access if and when you need them. I want to draw your attention to our committee members support and resources, niu.edu/interfolio/committee-members. This is a landing page just for you as a committee member, where we've done our best to try and curate in one spot the most helpful guides and training and supports for you in your role as a committee member. There you'll find a quick guide for committee members. This is a quick scannable resource that you can come back to, you can bookmark, and it will highlight some of the key items that we talked about during today's training. Also, the Interfolio at NIU website, a great place to find all things Interfolio, niu.edu/interfolio. There you can find the supports and resources for all the various roles within the system, the information for faculty candidates, and much more. We're continuing to build out this support resource over time, adding answers to frequently asked questions. So don't hesitate to reach out if you don't find an answer here, and we're happy to help. This concludes our committee member training.